Dana had some good advice at the top of the hour. If there's some slush or snow in your driveway, try to clear it out now because we're already running out of time before we get below freezing.
I know, it just kind of makes things easier, a little bit less slippery for everyone in general. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit colder after that snow moves through over the next couple of hours. Most of New Hampshire and western Maine has cleared out at this time, just a couple little flurries, but we still have a couple more hours of snow to contend with in eastern and northern Maine. I think by around 7 or 8 o'clock, that's when most of this storm will have moved out. But we do still have a couple pockets of heavier snow, especially near the down east coast and up near 95 by Millinocket. So just keep an eye on that over the next couple of hours, especially if it's close to the evening commute time. Just take a little bit of extra time to get home if you're in that area. Now, we mentioned just at the top of the show that the low temperatures tonight are going to be below freezing for just about all of us, but especially cold up in northern Maine. So if you do have some of that slush out there or just some of the snow, just clearing that away ahead of time before it gets a little bit colder overnight tonight will help make things easier and just a little bit less slippery for everyone. So I mentioned over the next couple of hours, the rest of the snow is going to move out of the area. I think this model here is a little bit quick, so I would say a little bit closer to 8 o'clock is when the rest of this snow will exit out of eastern Maine. But then over the next couple of hours, those temperatures are going to continue to drop, and it sets us up for a drier but a little bit of a dreary weekend coming up. So both Saturday and Sunday, I would say mostly cloudy to overcast skies, especially during the day on Saturday in northern Maine. I could see a couple of flurries popping up, maybe some clearing of cloud cover towards the down east coastline, but most of us are going to be pretty cloudy throughout the day on Saturday. And the story for Sunday is very, very similar. As we head later into the day on Saturday into Sunday, those clouds are really going to hang tough throughout the weekend. It's going to be not too cold. Temperatures right around freezing, which is about average for this time of year, but it's not going to be super nice. And especially with no sun out there, it's not going to feel quite as warm either. Now, we aren't done talking about precipitation yet, even though we still have some snow moving through the state at this time. We're watching another system for late Sunday night into early Monday morning. Now, this one has been a tricky one to forecast because this center of low pressure that's going to be off the coast is whether it moves a little bit north or a little bit south as we go throughout the weekend is going to make a pretty big difference in our forecast. So we have two model scenarios that I'm going to show you of two different models' ideas of what's going to happen this weekend. The European model, which is what I think a little bit more of closer is what's going to happen. It's a more organized system and definitely gives us more snow. However, the GFS or American model is a weaker system overall and gives us almost no snow at all. So that's not really something I like to see on Friday if this system is going to be moving in on Sunday night. But I do think the European model has a bit of a better idea of what we're seeing. So I would say 3 to 6 inches of snow through the mid-coast and down through the southern coast as well. 1 to 3 inches north of that into the down east coast as well. And north of the Bangor area, really less than an inch. However, despite the snow for this weekend, it's definitely going to turn cold as we get into the beginning of next week, especially high temperatures on Tuesday, going to be only in the upper teens to lower 20s. Marine forecast seas 2 to 4 feet, water at 40 degrees. So over the next 7 days, we are going to calm down a little bit in terms of our active weather pattern as we get later into next week. But we do still have that storm to contend with that we're going to keep a very close eye on over the next couple of days, Sunday night into Monday morning. So Amanda and Brian, my recommendation is to just keep an eye on the weather. Stay with us over the weekend. We'll give you timely updates as we kind of get a better idea of the way this storm is setting up, because it's not my favorite when we're a little bit uncertain on Friday, but fortunately we're working with what we can and what we have, so stay with us this weekend.
And we know the temperature is going to drop right after it.
Yes.
Or at least know that part's
very
coming.
chilly.
Okay, Dana, thank you.